All right, everybody. Who's ready for the next session? I know I am. Hope everyone had some coffee, tea, water, juice, Gatorade, Red Bull, whatever floats your boat and sinks your submarine. What I want to do here in this section is talk about habits that are going to kill your trading edge. Now, the focus this week, of course, is about your trading edge. And as you guys have seen, it's not just about the strategy, right? It's about what you do. It's about the actions that you take. Okay? And I've titled this presentation, habits that will kill your trading, remembering the fallen. Here lies those who thought they knew what they were doing. How many of you ever thought you knew what you were doing? Give me a yes in the chat if you ever thought you knew what you were doing until you were unpleasantly surprised. Yeah, the graves, exactly. I don't think these guys were trading from the screens back in 1898. Exactly. We've all had it happen. So what I want to do here is, while we're going to talk about a lot of things that we've already discussed in bits and pieces throughout all the different presentations that we've had so far, what I want to do is take everything and put it together in one big, long process or path that you can follow, the mistakes to avoid and the things you're supposed to be doing, so that way you can be successful. Sound good? Who's with me? Everybody with me on this? Give me yes. I'll be doing this callback thing throughout the presentation. I think it's a great way to keep everyone engaged so you don't fall asleep. And it's nice to see that in case I have an audio problem or something, I'm getting yeses, then I know that you guys can still hear me. All right, so let's get into it. Now, you guys are here to learn. You already know that. I'm not going to spend too much time on this, but right, it's about a path to follow. As long as you understand that we're here to help you, you're tired of being fed lies, you want the truth, that's why we're here, that's why we did this event, that's why you guys are here. So again, the first truth bomb that I could say, or disclaimer if you want to call it that none of us can guarantee your success. And everything you hear today, this whole week, everything that you've heard so far is about educating you and designed to help you achieve the results that you want. All right, I can't make you a trader in one day. We cannot make you a trader in 1 week. Many people have spent years on the craft, as many of us have. So it takes time, all right? So expectations are important, and we've already talked about that, all right? But we're here to help you. We're here to give you the information that you need so you can follow the right path. Some of you might be wondering, who are you, Charles? Why should I listen to you? Some of you already know me, and that's cool. But how did I start? And on my journey, I love to trade Forex. That's my favorite markets, I guess you could say. I'll talk a little bit more about why that is. I've written custom indicators. I have an IT background. That's what I went to college for and had a brief career in for about 4 to 5 years before transitioning to work with traders. I've magically and surprisingly been around the trading industry for about a decade since my initial interest. Some other hobbies I've got: music, tennis, golf. I'm married. I've got 2 beautiful girls. Our oldest, they're on the left. She just started kindergarten this last week, so it's been crazy. And the little one, she starts preschool this week as well. on Monday is the first full day, so that's always fun. But it's difficult, right? But anyway, enough about that. How did my journey start? This is important because I want you guys to be able to identify with the struggle. I've always had an interest in investments and stocks. I remember looking at them as a kid. I always thought it was cool. The charts, my parents were doing it a little bit. It was pretty interesting to me. Years later, I attended a finance and business seminar that got me more interested in trading. There were some presentations there. It was mostly about stocks. Of course, that's where most people probably start, since it's kind of the most popular or accessible. I got into stock options, and I ended up losing money that was not my own. I ended up trading my parents' account. They had margin on the account, so trading in stocks and options and stuff, we were TD Ameritrade. They often give you money on margin or on loan. It's not actually yours. It's based on some buying power, and they give you some additional money on loan, basically. I ended up losing it all and then some, got them a margin call. And really what I found out was that I was lost. I didn't know what I was doing, right? Like I said, I thought I knew what I was doing until I was unpleasantly surprised, as we've all been. I lost money. I was still waiting for my breakthrough. I realized that I really had no idea what I was doing, and we'll get into the paths of a trader and where your knowledge is in a minute. But I realized that I was going downhill fast. Now listen, guys, trading is not for you. We've dispelled many of these myths already. Take my money, easy money, broken slot machine, systems. It's been so easy. Auto robot, never lost, make money while you sleep. This is stupid, right? You guys know that. That's why you're still here. We've had some people on the beginning days left, right? They're like, yeah, where's the trades? This event's stupid. We had a person who said that. Now they're never going to be successful. Why? Because they're looking for the easy way out. Now what's happening here, guys, is these kinds of things are exploiting what's called your lizard brain, okay? It's the dumb part of your brain that takes in all the information that you receive. Everything that's spoken, seen, all of that. It all comes through the lizard brain, which is very low level, lazy, okay? It doesn't want to work hard. It gets you into trouble, all right? It's impulsive. It doesn't want to work, okay? How many of you have ever been a victim of a scam or training program that was less than great? Give me a yes if that's been you. Ever been a victim of those things? I have. Not too many, thankfully. Some people have had many. Now, if you've been scammed and whatever, it's okay, right? Put it aside. You guys are still here. You don't need any of that. Don't bring it along with you. Okay, I'm not here to perpetuate a myth. Trading can be hands-off and give you free time when done correctly. But if you've learned nothing up until this point, take away this. It takes work, okay? It can be easy, but only after you've paid the dues, okay? So if we haven't scared your lizard brain away, you guys are here, so you're okay. You haven't been frightened away by, I want it easy, and this is stupid, and where's the trade? Where do I buy? Where do I sell? Where are the stops? Where are the targets, right? That's not what this is about. This is about doing what's right to make things happen for you. Okay? All right, now let's get into a couple things. Now, we've also talked about this. Past experiences set your expectations and develop our perspective. Who would agree with that? Give me a yes if you would agree that past experience sets expectations for the future. Greystone touched on this beautifully. I loved his graphic. My slide isn't quite as cool, but it's the same thing. Right, so you're at this last webinar I went to was horrible, so this one will be too. You guys are still here, so I don't think this is really you. Or I didn't learn anything with the last person, I won't learn anything from you. The last course I took was horrible, so your training will be too. All my bad trading experiences, and which means that trading Forex or any market is a joke. Nobody wins, it's rigged. There's stop hunting, the brokers, the blah, 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 blah. Let's blame everybody else. This would be like saying if you went to a restaurant that was less than great, it wasn't that good, the next one you go bad to will be also. No, right? You don't go to that restaurant again, right? You just don't go there. You go somewhere else. Right? The thing is that these are not mutually exclusive. They do not apply. It's about your perspective. It doesn't mean that the future cannot be different. So I want to make sure to hammer that home. Okay? All right. Guys, I've done things right. I've done things wrong. We all have. The simple truth that I discovered is there is an easy way. That doesn't mean there's no work, but the easiest way is how do you become successful at trading? You treat it like you were starting a business. We've talked about this numerous times this week already. Take it seriously, okay? Learn skills, get a mentor. If you want this process to go as smooth as possible, this is what you do. If you were starting a business on how to sell, I don't know, some stuff like e-commerce online, or you want to do marketing online, or you wanted to sell your other products and services online, or you were going to start some kind of offline business in a building, right? In a place like a doctor or a restaurant, you'd probably take it seriously. You learn the skills that you need, and you'd probably find someone who already is doing it. That'd be the easiest way to do it. Now, the hard way, which is actually the easiest way for your lizard brain, is this. We watch a couple free videos, we try to learn a signal, we fund an account, we blow it up, or we just give up. And then we lather, rinse, and repeat this process. Okay, how many of you have ever done this? Give me a yes if this has been you before. You learn just a little bit more each time to be even more dangerous to yourself and your money. Am I right? This is what happens. What's funny, guys, as I said, is the easy way. Taking it seriously, learning skills and getting a mentor takes more work. So we call it hard because the lizard brain doesn't want to work. It wants the easy way out, and it doesn't want to put in the time and work that's necessary. This is totally backwards. The hard way, which is the one right in front of you, is the easiest thing to do. But it's actually hard because it's going to hurt the most and be extremely painful, and that's what makes it hard. And many of you already know what I'm talking about. You guys see this. Lizard brain, it's just like, I don't know why I call it lizard brain, kind of like a low level, you call it an amoeba brain, single cell organism, right? It's not so smart. It doesn't do anything high level functions like thinking, math, critical thinking. The lizard brain just says, is that easy? No, okay, forget it, dismiss. It's not easy, I don't want to do it. I don't believe that because I've got preconceived notions about something, dismiss. Okay, your lizard brain takes everything and forwards it up to your higher cognitive thinking. This also happens when we're trading. We'll talk about that later. All right. So what is the first thing, guys? The death trap number one, okay? We had the cemetery, right? I'm playing off this idea of killing your trading edge, following the crowd. But the majority must be right, aren't they, Charles? Aren't the majority right? Because what does 90% of all traders do? What do? 90% of traders lose 90% of their account in the first 90 days of trading live. We call this a 90-90-90 rule. And you guys have heard this before. The majority of all traders. How bad is it really? I would ask you, how many profitable traders do you know? How many? How many do you know? At a 90% rate of being somewhat successful and at least not blowing up and failing completely, 10 traders in a row, one of you is likely to just not lose money and maybe you'll be successful. I would argue that there's the 90% that don't blow up, and then there's like the 1 or 2% that actually make a living out of it or, see consistent growth in their trading. Point is this, how much have you lost? Is it 5,000 or more? I want you guys to really identify with this, okay? I'm gonna get real with you, okay? There's no fluff. Get right down to the brass tacks. 10,000 or more, 20,000 or more, 50,000 or more. Have you lost 100,000 or more in the markets? You don't have to tell me unless you want to in the chat. It's up to you. Traders, I have talked with a few traders, one in particular that I can remember, that lost $100,000 plus in trading. And I thought, man, did you ever think that it was time to stop? Like you just kept going like it was going to change? You keep repeating the same actions and expecting a different result. Many of us call that the definition of insanity. It's crazy, right? I've never traded with $100,000. I cannot imagine losing $100,000. And then saying, but then by that time you have no money left, so you can't even afford quality training, right? But they just kind of went on their way. They were so demoralized they couldn't continue. Right, so most people are failing, okay? Now, if no matter how much you've lost, there is a time and place that you can change all that, and that's today, that's this week, okay? Mistake number one I want to go over is the free content trap. Well, there's plenty of free content. Everyone is out there. Just follow the crowd. Just go to Google, search Forex, and I'll come up with 97.4 million results in half a second. But all I really need is more free training, Charles. That's what I need to be successful. Again, this is about the 90%, folks. The 90% who are failing. This is the crowd. The sheeple. Okay? What about technical analysis? 17.4 million results in half a second from the Google. If all you really needed was more knowledge, financial trading, 486 million results in just over half a second. Then why is there a 90% failure rate? Riddle me this, Batman. Right? Why is there a 90% failure rate if I just need the information? We've talked about this, I think, already this week. What does that mean? It's got nothing to do with the information. It's you. You are in between the information and the trading success. Information comes in, lizard brain, got to take that under control, keep it in check, move things up to our higher cognitive functions and evaluate them properly, put in the hard work, do the things that are necessary. And what comes out the other side, the output. The input is information. We are the filtering process. The output is the actions we take. But we are in between all that. The success in anything lies with you. No one else. You do need quality information. I'm not going to dismiss that. But you are the one who's supposed to take care of that, getting the quality information, and then taking the proper actions to be successful. Agreed? All right, guys. So avoid the free content trap. Don't stay there forever. It's good to get started there. But you cannot stay there forever if you want to get to the next level. If for anything in life, you might go to university, be a doctor or a lawyer. Why in the world wouldn't you learn from someone who knows what they're doing? Now, of course, quality information, not scams. We tell you to work hard, which is the complete opposite of what everyone will tell you, as we've said, right? Scammers just want your money, so they tell you it's easy. Who does that appeal to inside your brain? Lizard, right? Easy. I don't want to work hard. Success is not easy, okay? Straight up. All right. Mistake number 2, analysis paralysis. How many of you have ever had a chart or currently have a chart that has looked like this? Give me a yes. Let me know. Chris says, that's my screen. Many yeses. I've had this screen before. Now, I do this screen now on occasion if I'm doing some development or trying to figure out if I can use some indicators to assist me, and I want to kind of understand what the indicators do so I can use them effectively and then see which one maybe makes the most sense. But many traders are just slapping a bunch of stuff on the chart. They have no idea what to do. So they got all this free knowledge. It's rolling around in their head. It's like a big mess, like a pretzel. Then they throw this up on the chart. Literally, it's like throw up from the brain. Oh, I heard about RSI. I heard about momentum. I heard about MACD, ATR, Bollinger Bands, Elliott Wave, zigzag, risk reward, volume, right? Now, this is over the top. We can all agree. We can use indicators, to help us make decisions, but not this many. This is chaos, okay? As you've seen already, the best thing to do first is learn to read price, and then from there, we can add things to help us. If it's not helping you, I promise you it's hurting you, even if it's just on there and you barely use the thing, okay? That's ineffective. That's not consistency, so it is hurting you, okay? So avoid this analysis paralysis. You don't even know what to do. Do I buy? Do I sell? I don't know. I've just gone long, but now it says to go short. Right? Keel talked about that just a moment ago. Mistake number 2 is analysis paralysis. Remove the clutter, get clear on a process of reading price, and move on and build from there. Mistake number 3 for this first section is the real money myth. This is my favorite one, I think. But I need to use real money, Charles, or I'm not learning to trade. I'm not learning anything. I promise you, you are learning something. What you're learning to do is how to lose money. That's what you're learning how to do. I promise you, you're not learning to trade. You're learning to lose money. You're learning bad habits. You are having past experiences that are reinforcing your future expectations of failure, of mistakes, of emotions, fear, greed, right? We talked about that. Real money on the line makes it difficult for you to learn. Why? Because you are preoccupied with making a return, right? If you're looking to be a successful trader, it will happen or not happen because of you, okay? Who pushes the buttons, buy and sell? We talked about this. Who pushes the buttons? Was it your buddy down the road? Is it the signal service you follow? Is it the trade poster that you follow? Pip Unicorn, I has all the pips, handle underscore. You, right? You are the, someone says cat, that's funny. You are the one pushing the buttons, right? It's up to you, right? It amounts to the decisions you make. Pushing buttons does not equal money. Okay, it's about decisions. It's not frequency of decisions. It's not activity. It's not how long I sit in front of the charts. This trading is not a time for dollar situation, friends. It's about what decisions you make. Funding an account to learn to trade is like buying a bunch of food without a refrigerator, or buying expensive cookware but never learning how to cook and just saying, you know what, I'll just wing it. And you say, well, those are silly examples. It's just some food, or it's just a refrigerator, or whatever. Exactly, those are simple examples, but some people are willing to lose 100K on a hope and a prayer. That is not a strategy for success, is it? It is not. All right. Real money myth. You do not need real money to learn how to trade. Mistake number 4, follow the majority. We kind of talked about this, right? But I want to break it down a little bit more. I want to trade, says Joe Trader. So I'm going to watch some videos. I'm going to research. I'll try some trades in demo. This trading thing is not so bad, but buy, sell. I learned my orders a little bit. I think I got it under control. Except the other week I put a sell limit for my target when I was supposed to put a buy limit. I got into the position more. Whoops, for my stop order. Yeah, that's happened. I'm going to fund a live account though, and I'm going to lose or blow up. And what does Joe Trader realize? That they're not successful. And they're going to seek their breakthrough. And now I've put these arrows in a circle for a reason, because this is what traders do forever. I have heard traders, known traders, talk with traders, 10 years, some longer. They're doing this still. Again, did you ever think it was time to reevaluate what you're doing? Maybe it's not working. It shouldn't take you 10 years. Did it take you 10 years to become an electrician? Did it take you 10 years to become a welder? Did it take you 10 years to become a doctor? Maybe. But at least you knew where you were going and learning from people who could help you get there, right? Instead of just doing the hamster wheel of following the majority, who never get a mentor, who never take proper actions, and never hold themselves accountable enough to make it happen. Mistake number 5, not 4, mistake number 5 is I need a high win rate. Now, I'm going to blow your minds with this one. We have talked about it a little bit, but this is going to be a huge eye-opener. You say, I need a high win rate. Me say, so what you're saying is losing hurts your ego, and you think losing trades means you're unsuccessful. Translation, I need a high win rate. I say, so what you're saying is losing hurts your ego. And or you think losing trades mean you're unsuccessful. We've talked about this earlier in the week. Traders, successful traders, lose. It's a part of the business. It's like expenses in a business that you might sell trinkets or have a restaurant. You have expenses, right? You have losses. The goal is to have more profits than the losses. Now, it hurts to lose. It's an emotional thing. So let me drop this on you. Again, real successful traders lose trades, right? The question is then, do you need a high win rate to be profitable? Give me a yes if you believe you need a high win rate. Give me a no if you don't. Guys are too smart. Some yeses, mostly no's, because you've been exposed to this a bit. Check this out. This is a graphic from our platform. It's one of the infographics that we have in our library. Now I'm going to stay on here for a little bit. I'm going to explain the graphic, okay, so everyone gets a handle on it. On the left, we've got risk and reward ratios. So for example, if I risk 10 pips, to make 10 pips, that's a 1-to-1, fourth one down on the left table, 1-to-1 risk reward. Okay, just to kind of give you an idea here. And now look to the left square. We have the risk reward ratios on the bottom. We have the win percentages on the left. These are required to break even. The break even line is the middle between the black triangle and the green triangle. Everything to the right is profitability, minus commissions, fees, swap, things like that if you're swing trading. Okay, so let me grab my laser pointer. If I have a 1-to-1 risk reward and I'm 50% accurate, I am a break-even trader. Yeah, this screen's not going anywhere, don't worry. I'm going to stay here for a bit. Take a screen grab if you must. Okay, so what if I don't increase my win percentage? What if I'm just no better than a coin flip with my signals? Sometimes I'm right, sometimes I'm wrong. We can improve some of these things with where we place targets, where we place stops, but all that aside, if I can make 2. My reward to risk is 2-to-1. I risk 1 to make 2. That's if I risk 10 pips to make 20 pips. Look at that. I've moved into the profitable zone. What if I risk 1 to make 3? I risk 10 pips, I make 30 pips, at least to first target. Why first target? If we trade multiple, we want to scale out of a position, we trade multiple positions for a target 2 or a trail or whatever, right? At least a first target, because what we'll probably do, which is what we teach, is move stops to break even once you've achieved your first target, if you're trading multiple positions for scaling out. So either way, I say to first target. You are profitable at that level. If I risk 10 and I make 30, I am profitable with 50%. As you can see, the lower percentage we go, what must we do? Have a higher risk reward to risk ratio, right? We must win more than we lose the amount of, not the win percentage, not the amount of being correct to our first target, the amount we win when we are right. Does this make sense to everyone? Give me a yes, please. If you need more explanation, I will do so, but this is extremely important and eye-opening. Okay, mostly yeses. Okay, one more time. If I am 50% accurate, which means to my first target, let's say I risk 1 to make 1. I risk 10 pips to my stop loss. I plan to make 10 pips to my first target. Just assume you're trading one target. 1 in, 1 out. No scaling, no nothing complicated. If I risk 10 to make 10 and I'm 50% right in doing so, in achieving my target, I am break even. Or slightly lower, again, commissions, fees. If you're swing trading, there's swap. There could be debits to your account instead of credits, depending on the interest rate ratio and stuff. All right, but you're just around break even. Maybe you lose this a little bit, but pretty much break even. What you must do is either increase win percentage. If I'm a 1-to-1 risk reward trader and I increase my win percentage from 50 to 66, magically I become profitable. Why? I win more than I lose in terms of being correct. But I only make 10 to make 10, or 20 to 20. It's just a ratio, whatever the numbers are. 10 is just an easy example. So I can either increase win percentage at a 1-to-1, or I can increase risk reward. I can risk 10 to make 20 pips, right? Then I can still be 50% and I start to make money and profits. Again, if I increase risk reward ratio, I can become more profitable at the 50% accurate rate. Okay, does this now make sense? Risk-reward ratio is extremely important. In fact, I think it's more important than win percentage. That's why I'm spending so much time on this. Because many traders think they have to be right. I want to be correct because it hurts me when I'm not. My ego is damaged. My emotions are crushed. I think I'm not successful because I think I'm supposed to win all the time or something. Oh, I have to be 80% right, 90% right. They think that's the only way to win. They don't understand why. They have not prepared, or no one ever told them. Right? They don't know the right information. I think risk reward is more important than win percentage because sometimes it's easier to be closer to a coin flip, don't you think? To be 50% right than it is to be more correct to your target in terms of win percentage or win rate. Don't you think it's easier to just move your target a bit or maybe risk less, right? Depending on what you can do. Don't you think that's probably easier than trying to come up with yet another filter for your trading signal? You reward more than you risk if you have low win percentages. If you have equal risk-reward ratios, you need higher win rates. Okay? All right. I think everyone's got it, so I don't want to belabor the point here. We turn off my pointer, and we'll continue on. Guys, the 90% path to failure, okay? Let's kind of put it in a nutshell, what it looks like overall. We've got our graph here. We've got time scale on the bottom from left to right. We've got success at the top, failure at the bottom. We all start off with success. We can have a chance at success, right? We all have that chance, okay? But let's just start there. So like from today or any time, you have the chance for success. Even in the past, if you've not been successful, at one point you had the chance. You start off, you try a system, a trading strategy, then you try to trade. So we think we're going up, we think we're gonna get it, we're gonna make it, we got the system, we got the strategy, we feel confident. We took a couple trades in demo, they were all winners. There were like 5 of them over the course of like 3 weeks. So we think long-term success, years. I want to be successful for the rest of my life. And we're going to base that off of 2 weeks. Right? Oh, that didn't work. Well, I guess I better try more free training. And we're wasting time here, as you can see, as we are approaching the failure level, right? Or approaching more failure. Okay, let's try to trade again. Okay, I got this. We're gonna do it. I've got more free training. I've got a new signal, new system, because the other one stopped working. So I system hopped from a trend trading strategy to a counter trend trading strategy. Oh, that didn't work. Man, why am I not getting this? This just doesn't work. This trading thing is too hard. I'm gonna blame everybody else except myself. So I'll try another strategy, another system, blah, blah, blah. We trade again, blah, blah, blah. We lose again. What have we done? We have frustration, we have failure, we have wasted time, and probably lost money. It is no surprise, guys, that this graph looks like many of your trading accounts. Has this ever been you? Karen says, that's what I've been doing. Give me a yes. Yeah, right? It's happened, okay? What does that mean? It's time to stop, right? This could even look like your emotional bank account. You're resolved to keep trying this trading thing. Goodness, I've been at this for months and it doesn't work, blah, 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 blah. But you're taking bad actions, probably with bad information as well. That's not a recipe for success. You gotta ask yourself, do you hate money? Do you not value your time? Do you like losing it? Do you like failing? Of course you don't. You don't want any of that. You want to be successful. You want to be able to do this. You can do it. We can help you do it. But, right, you've got to make the change. How many of you are willing right now? I don't care what you do from today forth, except that you will stop doing this. Give me a yes if you are committed to stop doing this process. Stop doing the 90% path to failure. Please give me a yes. I don't want to leave anybody behind. No trader left behind. Excellent. Tons of yeses. Love it. You guys are on the ball. Right? The point is, would you take this trade? 90% chance of losing and a 10% chance of winning. That's the win rate of what these actions will get you of following the crowd. You better have a high reward versus risk, right? Probably not going to happen, right? Nobody wants this. How can you be better than a 90%? How many of you have ever felt like this guy? If you're a casual trader, then I'm telling you, get ready to become a casualty, okay, of the markets. The markets will eat you alive. Many of you have experienced it already, right? I know I have. Most, if not all of us, have felt like this guy. Guys, the entire first section is about showing you what most people do, the mistakes, the problems, what the majority does, following the crowd. Okay, it's about showing you what you need to do to separate yourselves from them if you want to be successful. Okay, Death Trap 1 was we are preparing for a transformation, right? We want to be different than we are today. Acting like the 90% will ensure that you end up feeling like this guy, right? Over and over again with no end in sight. I've heard this quote, many have heard it before as well. Do the work others are not willing to do, and you'll get the things others will never have. Do the work others are not willing to do, and you will get the things others will never have. You guys already said that you're committed, so that's awesome. Guys, habits that will kill your trading edge. This is a long, dark alley. I don't know what's down there at the bottom of those steps, but it's scary. Death trap number 1 was following the crowd, okay? The majority must be right. Wrong. Sheeple. Do not be a sheep. Blaze your own path with the successful that have gone before you. Death trap number 2. I don't need a process. I just need a trading strategy. Right, Charles? Isn't that all I need? I don't need a process. I don't need routine. We talked about this already. I just need a trading strategy. Where do I buy? Where do I sell? Where do the stops and targets go? This event stinks. Where are the trading? Right? Wrong. How do you break out of the pack? You've got to be different. We have just been saying it for like the entire first section. How long have it been? Half hour or so. Or more. 40 minutes? The simple answer is you got to figure out where you are right now. You've already committed to making the change. So now you got to figure out, well, where are you right now? And that's what this section is going to be about, right? Where are you right now? You don't just need a trading strategy. What do you need? You have to know where to go next. The 4 levels of knowledge. I promised we'd talk about this yesterday. I said it that we talk about it today. Yesterday during the event, some of you saw that. Unconscious competence is this. You do not know that you do not know what you're doing. This is like complete ignorance. You've literally just saw this trading thing. You've opened an account. You've got like $300 in there. You learned how to buy and sell at market, and that's about it. You don't really know that you don't know what you're doing yet. You think, that was easy. I opened the account. I put the money in. That was the easy part. Oh, I placed the orders. Yahoo! I bought euro dollar. This is it. This is the path to the rest of my life. Brick wall. Nope. Then you realize, oh man, you know what? I do not know what I'm doing. Conscious incompetence. We are incompetent at the task. We don't know how to do it. We don't know how to trade. And we've realized it. How many of you, I'm sure most of you, at least at this stage, conscious incompetence right now? Give me yes. If you are consciously incompetent, you are aware of your ineffectiveness. You are aware that you do not know how to trade successfully. Most of you should already be at this point by this time. Okay? You've realized that somewhere, at least 1, 2, more, however many things are not right in your trading. Excellent. All right. So the goal then is to get to these later stages. Conscious competence. What does this mean? You are aware of your ability to perform something, right? You do know how to do something, but it still takes some effort. You got to remain conscious about it. It's still a bit of a struggle. You're like, okay, when the market comes into support, the market was in a downtrend. I'm a counter trend trader, so I'm going to look for RSI being oversold, and I'm going to look for divergence on a double bottom. Whew. Okay, I'm going to wait for it. Oop, there it is. Okay, take the trade. Stops, targets. Right? It's like really hard. You got to grind at it. You're still trying to do the skill, right? You're still learning. You're still trying to execute that trade plan, maybe in demo or whatever. The goal is to get you guys to a point where you've got competence in the trading, right? In the actions of trading. You're competent in it. You've just got to keep trying at it, okay? And the ultimate goal, of course, is unconscious competence. You barely even need to think about it. You know everything that you need to do. You've practically memorized your trading strategy, your trading plan. And you don't need much focused effort to execute. It has become second nature. What do I see? What does it mean? Then what do I do? I learned this from Todd Brown, one of my trading mentors. He said this all the time. It has to be second nature. What do I see? What does it mean? What do I do? Imagine for a moment, okay? Close your eyes. Imagine for a moment that you're driving down the road in the car. You're driving, someone else is driving, doesn't matter. It's a sunny day. You're on a bike, I don't care. The windows are down. The wind is blowing in your face. There's fresh air blowing in. You're singing with your favorite tune on the radio. When suddenly, you see this red light. What do? Stop. Put the brakes on. Right? You stop immediately. Why? Because you know what that means. And you saw it. It means stop. You stop. Simple. Right? How did you get there? practice. Repetitions performing quality actions. You can repeat bad habits over and over again. I want to emphasize that. Right? You can repeat bad habits, bad things, bad actions that reinforce bad. Right? We talked about that. You have to perform quality actions. So the information is still important about what you take in. But you want to get to the point where it's second nature. You see the stoplight, it means you have to stop or you're going to get hit by somebody else. You're going to hit somebody else. So what do? You stop. Okay? Has to become second nature. So it can't just be about the strategy only, right? We have to be different. I can give everyone a strategy today that would make bajillions of pips. Bajillion, that's an exaggeration, obviously. But if you are inconsistent in applying it and following the rules, does it matter? It does not, right? So overall, how to be better than the 90%? You must have purpose. This is important for you to get through the laziness of the lizard brain. You must commit, you must have passion, profitable skills, and a tested plan, and you must have your emotions under control. Okay? That is how you are better than the 90%. Wherever you are right now, you must develop your purpose. We're going to talk more about that in a second. Commitment, passion, profitable skills, a tested plan, and your emotions under control. I'm going to skip this slide quickly because we're going to go into each one in detail. Develop your purpose. We're going to spend more time on this one. Why do you want to be a trader? Is it financial freedom? Is it time freedom? Do you want to help your family? You do it for those that you know. Do you want to be philanthropic? You do it for those you don't know. Okay? You might want to help others, create a charity, the freedom to go do charity work, or help other traders, or just help your family. Your purpose is super important. It is the most important part. Motivation will fail you. You cannot be motivated every day. It's very hard. Sometimes we wake up, things go bad, whatever. For example, today, computer just didn't want to play nice at the beginning. I'd go in the corner and cry about it. I was upset. The guys will attest to that. I was fuming in our private chat. It's not working. You know? But you move on. You're dedicated. You are committed. Why? Purpose. We are here to help you. We push through. We find a way. You need to be that way in your trading. You must stay committed. You must have repetition. There will be late nights and early mornings. You will be practicing skills. You will be building your trading business, right? Business. Without purpose, will you do this? Nah, because someday you'll waver, right? I don't feel like it today. This happened today. Now, sometimes it's unavoidable. I get that. Life happens. You have to take care of the important stuff. I got 2 kids, as you know, and a family, a wife, and so on. I got other commitments that might take precedence over other things. But with the purpose, you will continue to come back to it and do it again later when you can. Right? There's a reason the purpose section was focused on more. Because if you don't have the purpose about why, what's your trading why? It's not just the strategy, right? Why are you doing this? Right? That's the most important thing. It will keep you disciplined when motivation fails you. You do need skills, not going to lie. We can't get around it. We need to know how to read a price chart. We need strategies in our trade plan. We need to test our plan. We need solid trade psychology and have our emotions under control. Right? Like I said, if I give you a profitable trading strategy, if you can't stay consistent with it, what good is it? Again, you are the one in between the actions, the information, and the success that you want. It has to go through you. And we're going to talk more about that a little bit later about you, okay? So keep that in mind. You must prove that your plan works. Do you know your numbers? Can you be profitable? You can't just be buy here, sell there. Stops and targets here. Right? We want to look at our win percentage, our average win and loss, our risk-reward ratio. Total pips return, was it profitable, was it unprofitable? What's our maximum drawdown? We backtested this strategy for 5 years on the 4-hour chart. How many pips did we lose? More importantly, how long did that take? How long did we have the drawdown? How long did we lose trade after lose trade after lose trade? Or go sideways. We made some money, we lost some money. We made some money, we lost some money. Up and down. You must know that. Because you will have to endure pain to reach the pleasurable part, which is the profits. And you need to be prepared for how much pain you are willing to endure, or that you can endure. Right? You have to know that. You have to know these things. That's why you can't just trade a strategy. You don't know these things. You don't know how many pips it should return on average. You don't know what the maximum drawdown it was on average, right, that it had over the course of those 5 years. You don't know how long it took. Was it 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 2 months, 1 month, 3 months? I saw a trader's backtesting results. He was trading advanced patterns on like 6, 8, 10 pairs over like 8 years. He had a 6-month period where he went sideways in the trading testing. 6 months. But his results were phenomenal. So what if all he did was look at the total pips return, the end result? The lizard brain wants the end result. Quick. What is it? Am I going to be profitable or unprofitable? What's the strategy? Where do I enter? Where do I put stops and targets, right? You've missed it all if that's what you do. So I talk with him and say, hey man, look at the drawdown part. That looks great, but look how long it took. One time where you went sideways, or you had the drawdown and then went sideways, or had the drawdown and then went back up to previous equity highs in your account before reaching new equity highs. 6 months. And I say, can you deal with that? How do you begin to deal with that? You accept it, you're prepared for it. That's a difference than just trading something blindly that someone said to trade. The system. I just need the strategy. You've prepared yourself for what's ahead. And that's super, super important, right? Consecutive loser. How many losers did I have in a row? 10, 15, 20? Are you prepared for the pain? It's easy to stay profitable when we're winning. But losses, as we know, are a part of professional trading, which just means consistently profitable. Being a professional at the craft. Running it like a business. We know losses are part of the deal. So what we have to do is prepare ourselves for it. If we are woefully prepared, we will not be ready. And we will falter, we will waver, we will not be consistent. And again, we talked about this at length, the drawdown and sideways equity. Okay, these things are important, and I wanted to focus on the perspective. Again, as we said, past perspective indicates the future actions we take. If we are not prepared, we will take bad actions. We will not be disciplined when it comes time to be. And we'll abandon our trading plan. We'll trade something else. If you feel like you got to trade something else, trade it in demo. Get it out of your system. Don't do that forever, but it's a decent way to kind of get it out of your system so you can kind of like forget about it and continue to trade your plan. I did that for a while. When I had my first live trading account, when I had a plan tested and was ready to actually do this for real, like take it seriously, I was taking trades in real time with my plan, and then I would see other stuff that, Akil or whoever was posting. And I was like, ooh, that's cool. And I was so tempted to want to trade those. And I did sometimes, right? And it hurt me. And if I just followed my plan, I remember one time I would have had less losses and been back into profit instead of just losing money. So I started to take those random trades in demo accounts, right? Just get it out. Get it out. Get out of my system. Don't let it touch my money, which is about my business. And eventually you kind of get out of it, right? So maybe that'll help some of you. As we said, you must control your emotions in trading. Oh, there's a big bullish candle. I'm going to miss out on the move. I'm going to miss it. Oh, I better get in right now. Whipsaw. And I got stopped out. And I got slipped because it was non-farm payrolls. How many of you have ever been that person? Yes, if that's you. Guilty as charged. Oh, there's a big bearish candle. Oh, I want to miss out on this sell-off. The bears are coming in hot and heavy. I had better get involved. Oh boy. Or maybe you're already in a trade. You're long and you see a big bearish candle and it was about to touch your target. It was 1 pip away or 2 pips away. Maybe you have a rule that says if it comes within 1 or 2 pips, you move stops to break even. How would you have known to do that? You tested. And then maybe you took some trades in demo and saw it happen. What are you then? You are prepared as opposed to just being scared, exiting the trade for a small profit, just a bit, and then it goes on to hit what would have been your targets, and you're sitting there kicking yourself in the behind for not staying in the trade. Oh, if I just stayed in the trade, I would have been profitable on that trade. Oh man, I'm so stupid, blah, 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 blah. And then we go down the rabbit hole, right, of beating ourselves up. I've got to make it all back, right? Oh, I just got a revenge trade and make all that money back that I lost. Or I've got the perfect setup. I need to double my position, right? Oh, this is the best. This is the mother of all positions. I feel like, right? I feel like this. I feel like that, and so on and so on. All right, guys. I think I have to speed up. I'm a little behind on time. So death trap number 2 was I don't need a process. I just need a trading strategy. Hopefully, probably about another 15, 20 minutes. I know I'm probably going a little bit over. course, the one who didn't get it right this morning is the one who's going over. All right, guys. We don't want to go down this dark hallway, right? Death trap number 3 is I'll just learn to trade by trading. I don't need to practice or train, right? I don't need to do that. Do I? I'll just do it by trading, right? The real money myth. 90% of traders learn to trade like this. They have a problem. I'm not successful. So I will identify some skills. How will I do that? Well, I think I need to learn how to read a trend, or I need to learn about order types and want some free training, attend some webinars. I'm going to go learn those skills. I'll practice with real money, of course, because I'm the real money myth trader. And I'm going to execute those skills, right? I'll trade with real money. Well, that's not how this works. That's what the 90% do, but you guys don't do that because that's not who you are. You've committed to being different. We find a problem and we have an interest in fixing it. We need to then identify skills. Okay? Problem, identify the skills we need to resolve it. And we go through a discovery process. We then learn those skills and we train, we prepare ourselves so we can then what? Execute those skills and see growth in our abilities. And of course, ultimately in your trading account, once you've arrived at that point in time. And what do? We repeat this process. I'll leave this up there for just a second in case you guys want to write it down. We have a problem. We must identify the skills needed to fix the problem. We learn those skills and we train on those skills. We then execute them and we see growth. Now, if you're learning bad habits, are you growing? Not forward. You're growing backwards, right? We don't want that. So we want to do all these things, and we'll do it repeatedly throughout our trading process as we are working on ourselves and becoming a successful trader. Before we can break down the issues that we have to identify what problems do I have, right? I don't need to train, right? Well, you do. Where do I enter? Where do I put stops? Where do I put targets? How do I write a trade plan? We'll get into this later. How do I prove that plan and test it and so on? How do I manage my money? My money management, right? How do I do that? Position size. How do I stay disciplined? How am my focus? What is my routine? Am I repeating these things over and over and over again? Well, what am I doing? The problem is you're not a successful trader yet. So some things that we can learn so we can fix these problems are this. And this is what we teach, guys. So the first 3, where do I enter? Where do I put stops? Where do I put targets? We want to learn to read a price chart. That's structure, that's trends, which we've done this week, right? You structure high, you structure low, outside return. We want to understand what consolidation looks like. We might teach you a combined technical scoring method. Oops, sorry. Oh no, I've started over. Let me go back. I've hit the button and messed it all up. Where were we? Here we are. Sorry, guys. That's what happens when you're Italian and you talk with your hands. Okay. Right? We learn pattern formations, maybe. What about writing the plan? Prove my plan. Manage my money. Stay disciplined. How will you use the skills that you've learned above for entry, stops, and targets in order to have a repeatable and consistent process? You need to have a plan, right? You have to write it down. It cannot be in your head. Because we already know our head's kind of messed up when we're not feeling good, or we think about the trades that we've lost, so we don't take the next signal that presents itself, and that's the one that would have catapulted us out of our drawdown into new equity highs. But we didn't take it because we were afraid, right? Or whatever. You need to test it. This is not live trading, right? It is not live trading. We test, we back test, we record the results in a spreadsheet and analyze it, right? And we do some proper money management. We do some theoretical position sizing. Well, what if I did this with my money on my positions? Right? What would I expect to make? Am I okay with that risk and that drawdown, the amount of percent lost if I'm very aggressive, right? Or maybe I'm very conservative, right? Those are all the things that you need to have set up ahead of time. Guys, you plan, then you do. You plan, then you do. You plan, then you do. You remain consistent all the time. You are managing your trading business. That's what you're doing. It's a business, okay? I think what we'll do is we'll skip reading price chart because we did that with Akil. Let's just skip here to the end, guys. You guys went through the price chart stuff with Akil. I can't do it any better than he did it. Death trap number 1 was following the crowd, right? The majority must be right. Wrong. Don't follow the majority because they're all losing. 90% of traders fail. Remember that. Be different. Death trap number 2 was I don't need a process. I just need a trading strategy. Actually You do. You are the one that stands between the information and the skill set that needs to be developed in the trading success. Everything has to go through you. So you need to be a different person than you are today. And death trap number 3, as we go down this long, dark hallway, habits that will kill your trading edge. I think the trading edge monster is down there. He kills everyone's trading. All right, I'll just learn to trade by trading. I don't need to practice or train, right? I'll wing it. How's that working out for you, right? If you're doing those things, is it working? Of course not. Of course it's not working, right? So stop doing it, right? Pretty simple when you say it like that. All right. Is there any hope? All this talk of death traps and your trading edge being killed is a bit morbid, I'll grant you that. There's you down there. You're about to get eaten by the trading edge monster. If most of the traders are destined to fail, is there any hope? Now, let me ask you a question. There is hope. I won't leave you hanging. How many of you feel like this guy? Charles, you gave me so much information. My head is about to explode. You talk fast. I know you're short on time, but there was so much. How am I going to do all this? How am I going to write a plan? How am I going to develop a strategy? How am I going to stay consistent? How am I going to develop a routine? And your brain is spinning with all these things, right, on how to do it. But that's good, okay? It's good that you're thinking that. It's good because that means you care about what you're doing. You want to be successful, and you're trying to figure out, how do I do it? So we saw the path to failure was this. I start off, I have a chance of success, I try a system strategy, I trade. I try more free training, then I trade. I try another strategy system, I trade again, and over time, all I get is frustration, failure, wasted time, and lost money. Now, there is a light at the end of the tunnel. There is, don't worry. How do I become a successful trader? Ignore the part at the bottom, it's the wrong label. But there's a current you, okay? Now this is the most important part, I think, of the presentation. I've given you so much information, and I've hinted and alluded to this already. There's a current you. There is a future you. All right, the current you is the person sitting in this room right now. You like that graphic, Jim, with the dude from the fire hose? Yeah. There's a current you, there is a future you. The current you sits in this room today. The current you is watching the replay of these recordings. The current you is attending this event right now. There is a future you. That's the one you are aspiring to be. The one that's the successful trader. The current you might be inconsistent, emotionally unstable, have no plan, have no skills that you can repeat over and over again because it's random and you don't really know what you're doing. You have no routine because you don't do the same thing over and over when you approach the charts. You blow accounts because you have no routine and you don't have a trading process and you haven't back tested. You might be half committed where you just dabble in this and you're not serious and you treat it like a hobby and not a business. You're not business minded with it. Now look at all those things on the left. How many of you encompass at least one of those, if not all or most? Give me a yes if you have at least one. I'm sure some of you have all of them, and it's okay. It's all right. It's not good, but be honest with yourself. Be honest now. Whoops, hit the table again. The future you is pretty much the opposite of all this. The future you, to be successful, must be different. You must be consistent with trading and with just about everything you do when it comes to your trading. You must be emotionally stable. You must have a repeatable and clear plan, not ambiguous. It must be clear about what you do. I know I think, or I feel, or I sometimes. You must have repeatable skills that are useful to you. You must have a repeatable routine. You are growing your account consistently because you are doing that. You are completely committed to the process and you are disciplined even when you are not motivated. You are serious. You have a purpose in mind for why you want to become a successful trader and profitable, and you treat trading like a business. Look at the contrast between the current you and the future you. How, Charles? How do I get over there? I am one, if not all of these things on the left. How do I get to be the future me? How do I become a successful trader? The current you is consistently unprofitable. The future you is consistently profitable. Obviously, you have to be the future you and do all the opposite of all the things the current you does. That's pretty obvious. What did I say in the beginning? we have the lizard brain. Information comes in, it decides what to do with it, whether we're going to forward that up to higher cognitive thinking and either accept it or deny it or work on it or be lazy and disregard it. In order for this to happen, you cannot be the person you are today. You must have a transformation. You must. The you of today is consistently unprofitable. Answer me this. Can you be consistently profitable with the current you? No, right? You cannot. You cannot be who you are today to be the future you of tomorrow that is consistently profitable. Is this hitting home? This is now the most important part of the presentation. You must be different. If you continue to stay the same person in any area that is causing you failure when it comes to your trading or anything else in your life, you must change it. You must transform yourself and be different. It doesn't mean you be someone you're not. That's not what this means. You must be the future you. Guys, at tier 1, your path to success looks like this. Now, it's totally different than what you saw the 90% of people do. You might be starting off today with failure, or maybe you just haven't even started yet. That's cool too. Either way, you start today. Many of you are at the failure point, so that's why I've put it there. What should you do? You should learn profitable skills. Okay? You should then train and practice those skills. Awesome. Okay, I'm starting to understand this. Maybe you have your questions answered. You get some mentorship from those that know. What do? You practice and you fix your mental problems, or you fix your skill problems, or whatever your issue was. And this gets repeated over and over again, mind you. It doesn't just stop after one thing. You advance your skills, you advance to the next level. You do this over and over again. Then finally, we'll create and test a trade plan, and we create maybe a money management schedule around that plan once we have the results of the pips that we've earned or whatever market you're trading. And then, only then, do we trade and hopefully see success with our trading due to our diligence and consistency. What do you notice is not present on the black text on the bottom? The dips. What is different? Does anyone know from the 90% path versus the path that we take our traders down, our successful traders? What's different? What's missing from this chart versus the other one? Does anyone know? What is missing under the black text compared to the 90% of people versus successful traders? That's right. Trading real money. That's what's missing. Where does it happen? At the end, when you've prepared yourself, when you have gone through the transformation that you desperately need to be successful. Guys, if you want to save time, money, and pain, if you're not a successful trader, then goodness gracious, if I haven't proved it already, you get mentors, a community, and accountability. Do it somewhere. Hopefully you do it with us. I don't know. Whatever. Do it. Okay? Do it somewhere. You have a decision to make. Today, you can be, right now you have a chance to change. You can be a professional, right? Consistently profitable. You can start over and you can have a chance to go towards successful habits, right? Instead of ones that kill your trading edge. Or you can be in the 90%. Whatever you do this week, you guys committed to me, commit to me and the rest of the team here again, that you will make a change in yourself. Stop doing the things that you are doing now. Who is committed to change? Yes? Give me yes in the chat, please. I want everybody saying yes. If you're not committed to change, that's it. It's over. Give up. You've got to. No matter what you do, you must commit to making a change, okay? Transform yourself. Don't be the person you are today if you want to see the results of the person you must be in the future. Guys, that is my presentation. All right? Hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know. Woo! All right. I got a standing desk here. I was standing the entire time. Loved it. So pumped up. So fired up. Great group, guys. Appreciate you all giving me your ears for just a few moments to share with you the process of becoming a successful trader, all the pieces that go into it, seeing it at a high level, and being able to transform yourself and knowing what it is you need to do and doing it and making that change. Appreciate it.